All out. I'm all out. I'm all out of food. You ate it all. Gee, you must have been so hungry. Oh.
Oh! Buttercup! Buttercup! I need an ambulance! Now! Officer down! I repeat, officer down! What the hell did you give my Buttercup?
I just gave him some candy and some chips and some pink popcorn and some Funyuns.
This horse is a diabetic! Buttercup! Buttercup! Don't you leave me! Breathe, Buttercup! Breathe! Breathe! Why?
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
We must increase our bus!
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret, April 28th.
You're under arrest.
What?
You dumb son of a bitch!
No! I'm a peaceful man. I'm a school teacher.
Shut up! You're a cop killer!
I love horses. I love horses.
I love horses!
I love butter stuff.
Buttercup! Dang it!
Butternut.
Cop! Cop!
Why must you rage? Stop the hate, child.
Bail is set at $1 million. The crime of killing an officer of the law. And may God have mercy on your soul, young man. The court is adjourned.
Return to your cells. Lock down.
My weed's wearing off.
What's up? Sorry, my lungs are burning, folks. How's it going? What's going down? Buttercup? Butternuts? Oh, man. Harlan Williams. That guy, the way that guy talks in his comedies is a huge part of how I spoke in 1999. Anyways, sweet Uncle Nutty. Folks, how's it going? Merry 420. You know what I mean? It is 6:11 in the morning. Oh, starting a little late. Getting a little late. Moving slow today. Trying to keep it real chill. Are you guys stoners? Anybody a stoner in the chat? Anybody high? You high right now? Good morning, Christopher Swenner. Sweet Uncle Nutty. Oh my God, folks. Look, yesterday we had Gary, and today we have Sweet Uncle Nutty. Oh my God. I swear to God, in that movie, do you guys like the movie Half Baked? Because I don't think I can monetize this video now, but that's okay. Do you guys enjoy Half Baked? Because every once in a while there is and I couldn't find the clip. I wanted to play this, but there is a moment in that movie that all I have to do is think about, and it makes me laugh, because the first time I saw it, I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And it was once again Harlan Williams, and they're in jail the second time visiting him. The first time, I mean, I'm not going to make you guys watch more Half Baked. I'm not going to make you guys watch more Half Baked. But the second time they visit him in jail, and they try to put their windows, or they try to put their fists on the window, and he goes, "No more window, love," is just for whatever reason kills me. Are you guys good? Are you excited about our investments tanking? How is that going? How it looks like everything's going down. Or it's not really. It's all sort of still high, isn't it? On the year. Still pretty high on the year, folks. Still doing real well on the yearly. Told you this wouldn't be good. Folks, look, sometimes you walk into a room and you feel weird, so you stand in the corner and you awkwardly try to look at things on your person. You know what I mean? You ever go to one of those parties and you stand in the corner and you're like, wow, I don't know anybody. Oh, I know that person, but he's talking to somebody very intently. I'm going to just stand here and like examine my knuckles. Where's my phone? Oh my God. I left my phone at the place. I don't know what I'm talking about. Folks, my daughter gave me this crystal. It's a necklace. All right. So everybody, ReCoop is back. Starship flight test in 16 minutes. I have to keep 2 windows open. You know what, Mr. Blade? I'm one step ahead of you. Here we go. Look at this. I'm a person that prepared for this. Let's look at it. Where are we at? Let's do it. So we can always go back to this. This is what, a test?
To the launch site. This was the first Starship prototype to fly, control its descent, safely land, and be recovered in.
All right. We'll get back to that. What he said 23 minutes ago, 37 minutes. So that's looking like what? He said 11, didn't our buddy Blade say 11? All right. Well, we'll go back to that. How about that? Keep me posted, Blade. Is Coop... Captain Obvious IRL should come on the show. That would be fun. This story was before phones, Coop. Sounds like you're speaking of a very specific time. This story was before phones? Trying to screw me up. Maximus is trying to trip me up here. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. We are poor. Butternuts. All right, guys. I'm having some fun. Let's what are we doing? So my name is Cooper. You guys are in the chat. I like you guys. We're all having fun. It's 420. Tomorrow we're going to be celebrating on that day. My first video I posted was on April 21st. You know what I mean? April 21st, folks. Action-packed week, jam-packed with events. We're gonna give away a Mingo. We're gonna give away a Crazy Goose Flock. I'm giving away a Pixel Pup, a couple Algo Bots, a Taco Coin NFT, and maybe some other things. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a fun event, hopefully, it'll be fun for the people that win those NFTs, and it's gonna be good. Oh, and I also have some merch I could give away. I've got a cool Algorand hat that I could give you that's never been worn. I've got an Algorand beanie that I could give away. I'd be willing to ship that to you. So yeah, let's have some fun tomorrow. But right now, let's have some fun now. Let's just have some fun, folks. We're just having fun, excited about all the things that we're going to do today. You guys excited? Today's the day, folks. To all the dads out there, when you get caught eating beef jerky and Skittles in the garage by your wife, and she just rolls her eyes today. She's just like, there he is. There's that man child. Wow, look what I got. Look what I got. There he is. At least he has an excuse today. At least he has an excuse today. Not your run-of-the-mill Thursday, folks. Not your run-of-the-mill Thursday. Today's also the day, if you've got a weed store, a local weed store, and you've been planning on maybe not smoking weed as much. You go to your local weed store today, but you're like, well, not today. Today's, 420. I'm going to celebrate. And then you go to your local weed store and they give you enough weed to supply you for the next 13 years. You get this bag full of gummies for 716 days. You get 3 different vape cartridges that you're not interested in because I hate vape. And then you get a bunch of weed. Folks, it's not going to all be like this, but it will be mostly like this today. I got to focus, honestly, to provide some value. So let's just look at the market real quick. Weed just makes life better. Dustin, makes food taste better, makes pain go away. Yeah, that's true. Also, makes memory hazy and focus less than best. Any reason to be nervous about governance with AlgoFi this period? Christopher, I have to tell you, I'm a little nervous. I'm not trying to FUD, and hopefully everything is going to be okay. But when I read some of the things that they've been in communication, but hopefully all of that stuff is on the foundation side, and they are AlgoFi isn't going to do anything. But look, I'm feeling. I don't know. I don't know if it's safe to be on AlgoFi. It has been. There's a lot of money on there. But I would probably diversify. If you've been all into AlgoFi, maybe split it up between Folks Finance and AlgoFi. Seriously doubt there's a scenario where you don't get your algo back or anything. But a lot of weird stuff happening. But yeah. So 409 algo, let's fucking go. Makes music better. Let's fucking go. I worry about governance in general if you're in the US, LOL. Yeah, exactly. I'm worried about that as well. It sucks because I've been so excited about this damn XGov, and I still haven't committed. I'm not committed yet. By the way, folks, this is important. How long do you even have? You do not have a long time. It might even be less than 24 hours at this point. How long do we have, guys? It's like it's supposed to be the 21st, which is tomorrow, but then you got to be careful with the time changes. So I'm sure somebody will chime in with the exact amount of time. What's up? Good morning, John. How are you doing? Tay, what's up? Thank you for joining us. I got some chips, but I lost them in blackjack. Oh, man. Still hasn't released DeFi reward. Oh. But to AlgoFi, Richard, right? They've released DeFi rewards to other protocols. XGov will win us. Well, XGov, that's the double-edged sword there, isn't it? It's like you got to lock it up for a year, and you're feeling a little nervous right now because of that stupid Bittrex lawsuit, and so we want to be further decentralized. XGov is a good step along the way, but then you're locking up your rewards for a year, and you're getting a lot less flexibility. Humble, you're not based out of the States, though. Humble isn't based out of the States. 26 hours and 39 minutes. So you have a full day. But folks, that's not a lot of time. So you're talking about 9 a.m. my time. So what? That's noon Eastern tomorrow. So by noon Eastern tomorrow, you got to figure this out. So you know what that means, folks? You figure it out today. All right? Figure it out today. I saw Folks Finance supply on Algo was over 20%. So that won't last. But if you're not going to participate in governance, right now is your time. If you're not going to participate in governance and you've got a big bag of Algo that you're not sure what to do with, right now is your time to go check out Folks Finance and AlgoFi and see what the supply reward is. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. Let's go look at let's just check through the news real quick, and then we'll get into some more specific things. I want to talk about Bitcoin security. There's a lot of talk, maybe FUD you want to call it, but there is some interesting discussion happening surrounding that. We are also going to talk about Coinbase and all of the moves that they're making. And we'll talk about MiCA, the EU crypto regulation bill, or that they just passed, right? So we'll talk about all of that. Markets and crypto assets. Nice, Blade. Well, I'll just turn my XGov voting power to the community via engagement and cooperative proposal review. There you go, Average Zen. Algorand Foundation is not reporting what the DeFi APR is. We could start with that. Stacy, and I actually hadn't seen it, but it was an account that I've been following lately. Where is it? I know you're there. She did give us, no, that's Bitcoin. That's the halving. Might be here. Oh, I already queued it. Look at me. I was wondering why I didn't have that, but I do. Okay, so let's do this. Let's share screen. Where you at, Stacy? Stacy put out a statement yesterday. And it said, this is a little bit more than the statement that they put out on the foundation website. So I'm going to read this one instead. The U.S. SEC recently sued Bittrex for purported security law violations. The complaint alleges that algos are an example of securities available for trading on Bittrex. We are not a party to the lawsuit and do not intend to address each allegation made in the complaint. However, we want to be clear. The Algorand Foundation believes that algos are not securities under U.S. law. As a leader in the blockchain industry, we welcome clear regulatory guidelines for the advancement and growth of the entire ecosystem. Our priority is to act in the best interest of our community, and we will continue to do so. We look forward to seeing what this dynamic community will build next on Algorand. Cool. I mean, this is a pro statement, and I think it covers everything, and I think it's well said. I'm not an expert, but to me, that seems well said. I hear people complain. They say, where have they been? Where have they been? And folks, look, like, you got to be careful right now. They don't want to be, it's like, as a community, we need to stop always looking to them for some answer because it looks bad. And I've been saying that for a while, by the way. Most of you that watch my show know that I'm like, look, I've tried to make a point that, look, the Algorand Foundation is just one thing. You know what I mean? And they are that one thing. They do have a pretty strong mandate, though, with a lot of algos that they're supposed to distribute. Apparently not to me. All right, folks. So let's look at CNBC. How are we doing, futures? Are we in the future? We're not in the future yet. Let's see. Where are we at, Blade? How far until what we got? Like 5 minutes? Do I have to go back to Elon's page? Let's go here. All right, futures are not good. Look at that. You got NASDAQ down about 1%. S&P 500 is doing better than both. Oh, not necessarily, not both actually, but it's down 30 points. And the Dow is down over 150 points, 0.5%. What is this weird show? Mrs. Davis, I've never seen that before. Okay, Dow futures fall a third day on concern about profits. Tesla leads tech lower. They missed on some things. Tesla net income and earnings dropped more than 20% from last year. They're making their cars cheaper. Veteran investor David Roche says a credit crunch is coming for small town America. What you got for me, David Roche? You guys can see all this, right? Yeah, not messing it up. What does John say? Coop, where is your Pepe? I don't have anything. All you guys are talking about in all my chats is Pepe. I don't own any damn Pepe. I've always thought Pepe was funny. I don't own nobody. I didn't get to become a millionaire with you people on your Pepe. My God, you're exhausting. You Pepes and Wojis and burgers. I don't know what you people are doing, but I'm not doing it with you. I should probably. 3 minutes. I know I got sidelined on Pepe. I definitely sidelined on Pepe, man. Man. It's too late for me and Pepe. Would somebody just do a Pepe? Can you guys just whip up a Pepe real quick? All right, let's get back to this. We're talking. I'm trying to talk about credit crunch, John. All right, sorry. Okay. Woo. Never doing this again. Veteran investor David Roche says a credit crunch is coming for small town America. The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and 2 other small U.S. lenders last month triggered contagion fears that led to record outflows of deposits from smaller banks. Earnings reports last week indicated that billions of dollars of deposit outflows from small and mid-sized regional lenders executed amid the panic were directed to Wall Street giants. The banking turmoil of March, which saw the collapse of several regional U.S. lenders, will lead to a credit crunch for small-town America. The collapse of that bank. Earnings reports last week indicated that billions of dollars deposit outflows from small and mid-sized lenders executed amid the panic were redirected to Wall Street giants. I mean, that's what I said last week. I was like, there was, in the mainstream media, they're like, ooh, how are the big banks going to do? We're so curious. I was like, the big banks are going to be fine because all of the money is moving from small banks to big banks. Big bank take little bank, right? Didn't they say that in something at one point? Well, big bank is taking little bank right now, folks. I think we've learned that the big banks are seen as a safe haven and the deposits which flow out of the small and regional banks flow into them. But we've got to remember, in a lot of key sectors, I feel like the woman that was wearing all those pearls in that thing, and she was talking about climate change at Gary Gensler's house thing, and she was reading, and then she would just kind of like, I didn't feel like she was even really paying attention to what she was saying, but she would like emphasize words every once in a while. I think we've learned that big banks are seen as a safe haven and the deposits which flow out. Okay, good. So I think on balance, the net result is going to be a further tightening. Yep, that's what you think, and that's what most people think there, buddy. Mr. Roche seems to know what he's talking about. But I feel like I've heard it before, Mr. Roche. Seagate to pay $300 million. Okay, I don't care. IKEA to invest over $2.2 billion in new U.S. stores. At least there's something coming to the U.S. and not leaving the U.S. We got IKEA, cheap furniture coming. All right, that's enough of that. McCarthy, this is old news. U.S. Ukraine allies consider near total ban on exports to Russia. Nice to see that that's resolving. Amex Platinum fuels spending while bank braces for loan losses. So what they're saying that Amex is bracing while everybody spends credit on American Express, is using credit on American Express. The bank's like, oh man, these people aren't going to pay it back. That seems sustainable. I think we've talked about it a few weeks ago, and I don't know what that number is now, but I know that U.S. credit card debt is at an all-time high. I believe it's over $1 trillion at this point, but I'm just kind of saying that from memory at this point. U.S. recurring jobless claims jumped the highest since November 2021. That's going to mean that's somewhat good news. The figures are still near a low level and highlight the persistent strength of the labor market. All right. So this felt like it could be potentially good news for the Fed in early May, but they're still super low. Okay. What is BlackRock saying? Our buddies at BlackRock, Larry Fink. I heard that Larry Fink, my condolences to Larry Fink. I think he took a pay cut. So I believe his pay is down to $500 million a year. I'm just creating numbers, but I do vaguely remember that. A U.S. debt default would threaten a basic anchor of the global financial system and must not happen. All we can do is pray that everyone in the United States understands how important the sanctity of the sovereign signature of the leading currency, of the leading bond market, of the leading economy in the world is. This is not something you want to mess with. Oh my God. These people. All right. Okay, CoinDesk. Let's get to crypto. Let's get to it. What we got? DeFi-focused Layer 1 Barachain. Barachain. Okay, they finalized. We'll talk about that in a second. The U.S. government allows the bulk of the Voyager Binance.US deal to proceed. A new court filing suggests non-contentious elements of the $1 billion deal could go ahead even before an appeal is heard. So maybe some of you, if you have money stuck on Voyager, you may get a bit of that. Should we see the details on this? Okay, so there's some things are going to get paid back even before an appeal. So I guess that's good news. Okay, Ethereum name service to work with MoonPay to build fiat on-ramp. Okay. We all know that MoonPay gives you the best rates. Just kidding. All right. Okay. Anything? What is Bearchain? 42 million at a 420.69 million valuation. Like, folks. The round was led by Polychain Capital and included participation from venture capital firms Hack VC, Dow5, Tribe Capital, and Robot Ventures. There he is. Brown bear waving. Barachain, a layer 1 blockchain focused on DeFi, has announced its 42 million Series A at a valuation of 420.69 million, conveniently on 420. The fundraise finalized last. Okay, this is so stupid. It's a lot of money. It was launched by a quartet of synonymous founders: Smokey the Bear, Papa Bear, Hom Bear, and Dev Bear, who are self-described crypto natives. Bear is bear, intentionally misspelled. See what they did, folks, is that they put the A after the R instead of before the R. A sly hat tip to the deranged crypto rallying cry, HODL. The deranged crypto rallying cry. Cosmos-based Barachain is in essence a rewind back to the high-flying Is This a Ponzi DeFi projects of 2021 before all the frauds, bankruptcies. Barachain's origins trace back to an NFT collection, Bong Bears. All right. There you go. There's your next entry, John. Barachain. Okay, I don't care. All right, we're going to move on from this. Let's look at CoinMarketCap real quick, and then we'll move on. Get on with it. So Bitcoin is definitely trending down the past couple of days. We got a major sell on Binance yesterday. Adam Cochran on Twitter has a take on that we'll read after we look at this. Ethereum fell below 2,000. Volume is picking up a little bit. Cardano seems to be holding fine above 40 cents. XRP's back down below 50 cents. Polkadot's trending down a little bit. Yeah, it's all about the same as yesterday. The trend isn't exactly nice, but it's still holding in that range. Yeah. Algorand is doing worse over the last 7 days than most, down over 10%, sub 20 cents. Which is a bit of a bummer because also with governance signups ending soon, a lot of times you would see this go up. So we're not super excited about that. But it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. How's Arbitrum? I went past that. Has that fallen down? 150. Still up over 13% over the last 7 days. All right. So we did that. Now we'll look at this. Vestige. Opulus, looking good. Up 12% over the last 24 hours. Back up to over $18. It's been pretty stuck to, $18, 18 cents. Chips is about even. Everything's looking about even. Now, are you guys paying attention? I'm seeing some DeFi farms coming. I'm seeing a lot of farms coming as long as these protocols get that DeFi boost. Oh shit, did we miss it? I missed it.
Clearing the tower was icing on the cake. As you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural integrated test flight.
Everyone here absolutely pumped to clear the pad and make it this far into the test flight, the first integrated flight of the booster and the Starship vehicle.
Live view there of our control center at Starbase, which we refer to as Star Command. As we said before, obviously we wanted to make it all the way through, but to get this far, honestly, is amazing.
Well, they're excited.
Well, if you're just joining us, Starship just experienced what we call a rapid unscheduled disassembly, or a RUD, during ascent. But now this was a development test. This is the first test flight of Starship, and the goal was to gather the data, and as we said, clear the pad and get ready to go again. So you never know exactly what's going to happen, but as we promised, excitement is guaranteed. And Starship gave us a rather spectacular end to what was truly an incredible test thus far.
Now, as we mentioned at the start of today's program, any and all the data that we collected during the test is going to help us with further development of Starship, and it's going to improve the vehicle's reliability as SpaceX seeks to make life multiplanetary. It's really worth noting that the flight path was designed to be over water and all the air and sea space. Along with that flight path and those surrounding areas were cleared in advance of the test. And of course, we're going to be coordinating with local authorities for the recovery operations.
But honestly, what an exciting morning. Oh my gosh. We had a successful liftoff from Starbase, Texas at 8:28 a.m. Central Time. We cleared the tower, which honestly was our only hope. We cleared the tower, and all the data that we collected all the way through all those Raptor, those 33, although I think we saw that 3.
All right, well, she's excited, right? They're excited. We did it. We watched it. How are we doing? You guys still here? Everybody still here? You good? We watched it. You guys happy? Boom. It happened. Takeoff was the important part. I know. It kind of did at the end. But they were excited about that. I don't really, honestly. Here. Elon Musk, SpaceX is again attempting to launch of its towering Starship rocket to space after scrubbing an attempt earlier this week. SpaceX made a first go at getting this launch off the ground on Monday, but a pressure valve, the company's team, the Starship orbital launch out of a private facility in Texas represents the culmination of years of regulatory work and technological tests. SpaceX leadership has repeatedly stressed the experimental nature of the launch. The company had hoped to conduct the first orbital Starship launch as early as 2021, but faced delays in development and winning FAA approval. Starship is designed to carry cargo and people beyond Earth and is critical to NASA's plan to return astronauts to the moon. 2 years ago, SpaceX won a nearly $3 billion contract from NASA to use Starship as a crewed lunar lander. That would see Starship be used for as part of NASA's Artemis moon program, delivering astronauts to the lunar surface from the agency's SLS rocket in Orion capital. There we go. That's the live stream. There we go. Has launched. Okay, so there we go. First on board views from flight. SpaceX live stream has shown the first onboard images. Starship is launched with a heavy booster firing up its Raptor engines and lifting off the pad. SpaceX engineers are holding the countdown clock with 40 seconds to go. Earplugs in with 1 minute to go. Okay, propellant loading continues. Okay, so because I missed it, I'm trying to go back and capture it, and I can't. So we're going to move on. But looks pretty good. I like it. It's fun. It's life. All right, back at Vestige. Looks like Bank is having a better day than it usually has been having. Yieldly, you guys saw YESP. It's coming. Why YESP? Why esports? It's coming, folks. We got DeFi Night. It's pushing up. And there's more. Let's see. We're going to continue to move on. All right, guys. So let's go back here. Vestige, we did this. Okay, so real quick, just a couple of things that I was talking about. So with the thing I mentioned earlier about Adam Cochran, this guy, he's very bearish on Binance and Justin Sun, and I believe he is, he likes Ethereum and stuff like that. But so Adam Cochran, last week I said the market rally was a BUSD TUSD wash into USDT via BTC. So what he thinks has happened is that this rally, which I've obviously long suspected because CZ told us he was going to do it. He was going to pump the market with a billion BUSD. And so and we saw that pump immediately follow. And we haven't fallen back down from that yet. It does seem like we're trending back down. And this guy believes he has a reason. So what he's saying is the market rally was a BUSD TUSD wash into USDT via BTC. First step, long BTC. Second step, BUSD bid, BTC. Third step, TUSD bid, BTC. 4, short BTC. 5, TWAP sell into USDT. Successfully make retail pay for gaps and sketch stables. Sure enough, BUSD bid stops and heavy BTC, USDT, TWAP starts on Binance. Doesn't mean there isn't legit buying in there, but come on. You should have raised some eyebrows at why CZ let you front run his BUSD dumping and why fee promotion moved to Sun's offshore stable, which is TUSD. Also, doesn't mean you have to fully retrace because there will be other bag holders and other leverage in the system, but it explains the heavy market disconnect from stocks and real rates as well. This makes zero sense. I wonder how I could convert my BUSD to USDT. I see there's a zero fee BUSD USDT pair, but what about? So he's pointing out you could have just swapped BUSD to USDT. All right. So, did you guys see that BitBoy's in a little bit of trouble? Crypto influencer BitBoy ditching FTX court date for Bahamas cruise. Ben Armstrong of BitBoy Crypto is due in court on Thursday to explain why he's harassing the lawyer suing him for allegedly promoting FTX. Armstrong probably won't show up because he's busy on a crypto cruise. BitBoy is due in court tomorrow, this was yesterday, so tomorrow is today. Things are so nasty between BitBoy Crypto YouTuber Ben Armstrong and the class action lawyer suing him that Armstrong is due in court on Thursday to answer for his alleged bad behavior. But Armstrong is on a long-awaited BitBoy branded crypto cruise to the Bahamas. He intends to skip the hearing, despite a judge's order that he appear in person to address his alleged harassment of Adam Moskowitz, the lawyer who filed a case against him. I will not be there in person. So BitBoy really pushing back. Oh, man. Good luck, BitBoy. There he is. Good luck, man. Probably should have showed up to court, I guess. I don't know. But I'm sure he's got good lawyers. All right. Now, anybody concerned about this? This is a couple days ago. I meant to share this yesterday. But great meeting today with UK Economic Secretary and City Minister. Whoever that guy is. The UK is moving fast on sensible crypto regulation to both drive. I guess I could have done this. Andrew Griffith. The UK is moving fast on sensible crypto regulation to both drive economic growth and consumer protection. Excited to keep investing in the UK. A few points we shared. Some UK banks are blocking fiat payments to crypto companies, which is not okay. Good fraud controls make sense. A blanket ban does not and is likely not lawful. Needs further education and collaboration. So these are his concerns. The financial promotion regime goes too far. If there is a 24-hour cooling off period for crypto trades, harms real-world use cases, formation of capital markets, and consumers. And then people are like, hey, you're in London. Why don't you just hand me $100? You owe it. And then other people are taking all those pockets. Okay. And then there was also news of Coinbase moving to Bermuda, right? Moving into Bermuda and getting into some other types of trading. So, look, folks, we talked about it. I've been talking about it the past couple of days, and the actions of the SEC and the United States government and the current administration and their contempt for this entire industry and their lack of foresight on what it would mean if they were to totally and utterly disassemble it and push it off overseas. You're seeing one of a public company, which is incredible. It's an incredible thing that we would so shortly after allowing this company to go public on the the New York Stock Exchange, just turn on it, right? Or are they on the New York Stock Exchange? Oh my God. But yeah, so so here we go. So this is what we're doing, and we need some regulators and some lawmakers to step in and make sure that the entire industry doesn't abandon the United States, and we hand off, leadership to the EU and worse, China and Russia and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it together, folks. Let's get it together. Okay, so we got that together. So what is MiCA? Speaking of the EU, I'm not going to read through all of this, but the markets and crypto assets, MiCA. Regulation is the EU regulation governing issuance and provision of services related to crypto assets and stablecoins. Adopted on April 20th, which is today, by the European Parliament. MiCA is the first and only legislation of its kind in the world and leads the way up for other jurisdictions. MiCA will enter into force at some point between mid-2024 and early 2025. The European Union reached a policy consensus in October 2022 on the markets and crypto assets regulation. It has now been ratified by the European Parliament and thus becomes the first regulatory framework for crypto assets in the world. MiCA covers issuers and service providers with the aim of protecting consumers and investors. Okay, fine. What is covered by MiCA defines a crypto asset as a digital representation of value or rights, which may be transferred and stored electronically using distributed ledger technology or similar technology. Draws a distinction between cryptocurrencies on one hand and tokens on the other. There's asset referenced tokens, a stable coin, electronic money tokens. So the ARTs, the asset referenced tokens, use non-cash assets or a basket of currencies, while EMTs use a single currency, which brings them closer to the concept of electronic money. Crypto assets that are not considered ARTs or EMTs, such as utility tokens, which are intended to provide digital access to a good or service available on DLT, distributed ledger technology, and are only accepted by the issuer of that token. Unlike security type tokens, they are not considered a financial instrument under the securities laws of many countries. Crypto assets not covered by MiCA. MiCA excludes new paradigms such as DeFi and non-fungible tokens. According to the definition provided by the European Central Bank, DeFi is a new way of providing financial services that dispenses with traditional centralized intermediaries and instead relies on automated protocols. MiCA leaves several components of the digital asset world outside its scope. DeFi is one of them, but also NFTs, security tokens, and even crypto asset finance. All these variables either already have their own regulation in accordance with their nature, as in the case of security tokens, or they have such specific features that legislators need to carry out further analysis to configure a regulatory framework that suitably addresses the risks. Look, I'm not an expert on this bill. I see people being excited and, basically taunting the U.S. by showing that the EU is trying to lead. But I will say, at the very least, these regulators acknowledge that they don't quite understand how they could best regulate DeFi. And they're saying that they need to wait and study it further before they get into it. So that makes sense. So I'm gonna ditch this in a second. I'm getting bored. But to achieve these goals, MiCA establishes mechanisms to ensure that stablecoins are truly stable, require enhanced transparency in the market, and prevent players from creating excessive risk while making sure that the assets under custody are genuinely protected. All right. Bitcoin halving. It's happening a year from today. Is predicted to happen a year from today. So next 420, which is a Saturday, we'll do a special episode for the Bitcoin halving if it actually does happen on April 20th. All right. We'll do a 420 episode about the Bitcoin halving, and it'll be a good one. So stay tuned. Hit the alert button. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm great at this. Okay. So I wanted to read. Did I already read this? I don't think I did. What's her name? Her name is Mira. Mira posted about Bitcoin security, and I found it interesting. And this will be probably when they try to say Bitcoin is dead in a couple of weeks when it crashes. It'll probably have this floating around a lot more. So why don't we just get ahead of it? But there is a compelling argument here. So let's see. I want to hear what you guys think. Okay, take a quick look at Bitcoin security spend. In short, it's not looking good. Fees will replace block rewards is completely not the case so far. What we instead see is diminishing security over time, surprisingly consistently. This makes Bitcoin vulnerable. Thread. The reason security spend percent is going down is that block rewards are decreasing. The infamous halving means that every 4 years, the number of Bitcoin rewards for a mined block halves. Currently, it's 6.25 BTC per block, leading to current annual inflation of 1.7%. This halves again in 2024, at which point rewards fall to 3.125 Bitcoin per block, and presumably security spend falls to 0.9% of market cap. This opens Bitcoin up to attacks. If absolute security spend decreases, as it has done the past years, it becomes easier to attack in general. However, if security spend as percent of market cap decreases, it becomes more profitable to attack. I've mentioned this a few times in other threads, but one way to profit off an attack is to open a big short on Bitcoin, then attack the chain through a 51% attack, see the price crater, and reap the rewards. I generally don't want to go too deep into this as to not give people any ideas. However, the logic behind it should be simple enough. The smaller the percent of market cap spent on security, the more profitable and more likely such an attack becomes. This is already worrying now. It only gets more worrying with more halvings unless fee income drastically increases. Given that we're not seeing that at all and that higher fees would drive people to other chains even more, I'm not optimistic. No happy ending as last tweet. I think this is a massive problem for BTC that is massively ignored, and that the only simple, yet only partial and extremely unpopular fix is to have a tail emission. What does she mean by that? She posted about this in 2022. Bitcoin will likely have to have a tail emission at some point, with even prominent Bitcoiners now discussing this as a way to maintain security. One of the few remaining talking points for Bitcoin as a store of value will be gone. The writing is on the wall in more ways than one. She's been calling the end of Bitcoin for a while, huh? First off, what is a tail emission? Thank you, Mira. Certain cryptocurrencies such as Monero and Dogecoin don't have a fixed supply, but perpetually reward an X amount of newly created tokens to block. Okay, that makes sense. To block validators. This, as opposed to Bitcoin, where there is a clear limit of 21 million Bitcoin that will be issued in total. Bitcoin enthusiasts often mention this as a strong point for Bitcoin. All right. So they're saying that she's saying Bitcoin has to become inflationary. So this person is like, well, what's the rebuttal to this? Are you suggesting that Bitcoin is an inevitable failure? If it needs to remove cap, doesn't that make it just like any fiat? I don't know if there is any good rebuttal. I haven't been able to find a convincing one. If cap is removed, that doesn't make it entirely like fiat. The cap could still be set in code, but it would be a huge blow to Bitcoin as a store of value in its story for sure. I think there's solutions, but it's be fairly complete overhaul. You need to make Bitcoin more attractive to use as money, so quicker, cheaper transactions. You need to increase rewards, but then you also increase centralization over time. So remove rewards and use different consensus. You'd want to increase scalability to make it more usable. There are honestly so many changes I think you'd need to make to BTC that you'd end up with, well, something that looks a lot more like Nano. Bitcoin should be more like Nano. Thanks for the fun read. All right. Sounds like maybe calling fees security spend is misleading. It's as if it's meant to imply that Bitcoin security is going down, except it's not. Bitcoin security is going up. Bitcoin hash rate climbs ever higher, and it is far and away the most secure blockchain. Nothing else is close. Absolute hash rate does not determine the security, though. It's the cost of that hash rate. It's how spread out that hash rate is. If hash rate goes times 10, but turns out it's because one miner found a way to hash 100x as efficiently, would you say it got more secure? All right, so enough of this. I did it, folks. I read about it. I talked about it. I spoke about it. Is there anything else that I want to see? How did futures go? Where are we at? Futures were they were more grim than the actual open. Still a lot of red, but it's better than what we started with. Celebrate the earth on every adventure. All right. Okay. Well, folks, we did it. It's 4:20. I believe it's time for everybody to move on with their day. I hope you like. I know everybody's starting to wake up in this house, but I hope you like the weed that you're smoking today. Hope you got good stuff. Let's look at the comments and let's say goodbye until tomorrow, until the big 2-year celebration. Let's make me smaller. And let's stretch our back and let's go. What you got, guys? So it happened. I missed it. It's okay. Oh, okay. Stay high today, everybody. Let's see what we got. All right, what we got? MiCA and Mira putting me to sleep today. Seriously. Did you feel it? It's so funny. Like, I was reading that stuff. I was feeling good in the beginning of this video. And then I started reading about MiCA and Mira. And MiCA and Mira, man, boring. I apologize. I started to get tired. I was like, I got to end this. MiCA and Mira. Keep on reading about MiCA and Mira. You know what I'm saying? It's Buddy Man. So basically, it's Buddy Man. I'll just say it like this. They're saying that there's this whole idea once once the rewards for once the block rewards for Bitcoin get smaller and smaller and smaller, what is going to be the incentive for miners to continue to mine since the Bitcoin is the reward is so small? And so people say, well, it'll be the transaction fees that make that happen. But her case is that transaction fees aren't going to make that happen. And if the transaction fees continue to go up high, then it's going to be even more unusable than it is now. So the security is going to fail. And they're saying that this is set up. Justin Bonds tweets about this 6 times a week. And so this is something that people rightfully are concerned about. Obviously, what solves this is Bitcoin goes up a lot and becomes very, very valuable. What do you guys think? What do you guys think Bitcoin is going to be worth on 4/20/2024 at the halving? What do you guys think it's going to be? It needs to go up in order for it to continue to be secure. That's for sure. Guys, I want you to see. Okay, Varoufakis. I don't know who that is, but I'll check it out. Scarcity is the only bull case for BTC. At least Algo has that and much more. SpaceX got high, then faded. Typical 420, really. Sorry, my rocket exploded near the atmosphere. I'm back. What do you think about Algorand in a year from now? Oh, man. Nanomax. It's Buddy Man is going to become a Nanomaxi. If that happens from this episode of me in a cloud reading some woman named Mira's thread, that'd be pretty funny. I've seen it. Nanomaxi scarcity's economic system is a problem too. Someone should say, oh boy, Blade, it can't face crisis. Sometimes I think Coop is just rambling and I'm too high to understand. Well, you know what, buddy? Today's 420. And you know what? Indeed, sometimes I am just rambling. So understand that, VV'd. And sometimes we're in the same boat and it all doesn't need to make sense. Like today. Today doesn't need to make sense, folks. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't need to. For example, Stellar has 2% around there. You're talking about inflation. Yeah, I mean, Polkadot does that. Obviously now Ethereum doesn't have a limit. There's, different inflationary cool shit that people are building. It doesn't always have to be max supply. There's a lot of people that say that the max supply is the issue. Like she's saying the tails tail spend or whatever emission, where they just always kind of provide BTC for miners, whether past 21 million. That really would not be good. That's one of the main things that most of them, most of the hardcore BTC maxis are talking about. Stay high, everybody. Samino, stay high, buddy. Coop, I'm doing a space with DG later. I'll definitely at 9 in 2 hours. So Algo HQ will be talking to DG in 2 hours on Twitter. So definitely do that. No, I can't. It's Buddy Man. They've entered the building. I actually thought I might. At the end, but on Folks and Friends. So it'll be on the Folks Finance channel. Maybe you want to tune in. Thank you, buddy. Rolling with the homies. Happy belated Cooper. Thank you, L. Ron Hubster. I had a good one. Shuffling off some Saints at 4:20 Eastern on AlgoX NFT. There you go. So Mr. Joker is shuffling Saints at 4:20. Mr. Joker has his money on Mira beating up MiCA. Mira and MiCA. They did make So John's like they need to make them inflationary, like 2 to 4% to pay the miners, and that's what Mira was floating. Yeah, that's the whole bull case on Algo, right? I mean, you can do a lot of stuff on Algo. Now we just need to get through this fuddy time. There's a lot going on. 420,000, 420K. Keep the Ponzi rolling. 69,000. Oh, so that's your guess. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes behind. So if the Bitcoin halving is on 4/20/2024, clearly Bitcoin price needs to be 420,000. If Bitcoin price is 420,000, I'm sure some of us are going to be very happy. Oh, look, there's 42 of you left watching this. We got to get this to, when it gets low, folks, we need to get a 0 after that 42, and then we got to get another 0 after that 42. I probably have to have more structure to my show before those zeros start to appear. It's okay. We're still in the early days. Shout out, hell yeah. So there we go. Awesome closure for the daily crypto news. Gary riding the butter. Oh, Gary, sweet Uncle Nutty. Oh my God, guys, I am really, this whole thing about me waking up super early every single day is just like, there's nowhere to hide. You know what I mean? Like, I'm either just going to go and do stupid things like I did today and just live through it, live the life. And I lived through it. Look at this. It's after 7 o'clock. I didn't even run away. You know what I mean? I didn't hide under my table and start eating, good and plenty at 6:15 in the morning. Okay, so there is some truth to that, Fudd. I like it because I like the core of Algorand consensus. Hi, Coop. Oh, Chris. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. FUD is useful. It is. I mean, it is. You got to, this is like the thing with everything in life. You guys, we have to be willing to take in information and parse it. Now, I understand the thing is that if people are constantly, you're trying to build a community and people are constantly inundating with negative, anything coming up, negative, always looking for what is negative. Well, that's exhausting. And it just makes an environment that people don't want to be part of. So I definitely understand a lot of you that are like, would people just stop? They're just like on a broken record and they clearly seem paid for. So that's the stuff that I don't love. But look, if you're calling out the truth or you're exploring the truth and asking questions to find out, to make better decisions, well, we need to be able to do that. I'm giving no targets. Did you see? No Face wants to know what my Algorand target is. My Algorand target is survival. Okay. I like it. You go 4 to 6. I like your target. That'd be great. That'd be very good for everybody in this chat. There we go. Prithvi says 420,000 by next year. He trades. This is confirmed. I know he's a trader. He's ready. He's ready for $420,000 Bitcoin. Look, it could. I mean, look, that the former Coinbase CTO said $1 million. And I think that probably expires in a few days. Not quite there. Doesn't feel like the direction is going that way. But I think 420,000 by next year, it could happen. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for hopping in, Prithvi. If blockchain is to go to those highs, maybe you don't even need to sell cryptocurrencies. I don't know. BTC at 450,000 would mean Algo does a 30x if it matches BTC's performance. So a 30x right now, let's say it's 20 cents. So a 5x is $1. 30x would be $6, right? Oh, hey, got to go to the next comment, folks. So I bring Algo to $6. Look at me. I just wanted to prove that I can still do math. Mr. Joker would like it. Once Algo gets to $5, he'd like it to just jump ahead to $20. Chris Wenner likes the 4 to 6 range. Would probably get some selling pressure. It sounds like in the 4 to 6 range. Just kidding, folks. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. And you can win some awesome stuff. So I'm excited to see you guys. We'll have a fun time. I'm not going to repeat where I couldn't find the winner. We're going to do it. It's going to be informal, and I'll come prepared, and we'll give them away. I'm going to try to get as many of you to win something as possible. It's about you guys that have been in the chat since the beginning, and I want to make sure that you guys are the winners. And then, if new people come and they win, then we're going to have to let them win as well. You know what I mean? But I'm looking for you guys. It'll be a way. The new people will probably have a little bit of a harder time. So if you've been watching, you'll hopefully be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, No Face, it makes a good point, and we'll end on that point. You can go into any project right now. There is bear and negativity all over. It's literally all over. It's all over the same. Now, that's 100% true. I guarantee you, if you walk into any community, they're all struggling. They're arguing about royalties. They're arguing about, the foundation does nothing. They're arguing about where's the marketing. They're arguing about, are we a security? We're arguing about Gary Gensler. There's fear. Everything is at lows. So if you look, like anybody that bought into any project, pre Celsius, and certainly FTX, but anybody that bought into any project is before that and is held until now is in severe loss. So there is a lot of angst everywhere for some weird, inexplicable reason. Algo got singled out in the Bittrex lawsuit. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. It's so weird. It almost feels like there's a reason other than the fact that Algo. It's just weird with how that exposes Gary Gensler in his previous statements and the relationship that we know that they have. The fact that Algo has always sort of presented itself and behaved as like a responsible player with the best tech and some of the best minds. It just seems weird that they would single that out. And that's it. That's how that goes. All right, folks, I'm going to stop rambling. I appreciate you. And then, we'll see you. Make sure you sign up for governance today. Just do it today. And, good luck. Good luck, everybody. See you tomorrow. Yeah, there's more cards. Fud me harder, Daddy. Fud my bags, Gary. I'm not selling. That's it. Love it. All right. Okay, I'll actually end on this. Mel, I do think is free marketing. Like there was, the $ algo had over like 50,000. We never have algo trending like 50,000 on Twitter with 50,000 tweets. So this definitely brought awareness to algo. If we can weather this storm, more people know about algo, and it brings us up more into that conversation like XRP, algo, stuff like that. So there is a bull case there, just as long as we can weather the storm, which I think we can. We'll do it together. We'll be back on 4/20/2024, celebrating that halving and hopefully celebrating some algo progress as well and other ones, whatever project you guys like. I'll be talking about other projects too. It's not just algo and Bitcoin here, although I do like both of those. I am not fudded out of either of those bags through the lawsuit. Bittrex and MiCA. MiCA didn't do it. She didn't successfully off ramp me from Bitcoin. Which was actually good. Let's see. Yeah, the rest of the crypto community came to the defense of algo. Yeah, they did. They could have easily. And you also didn't see a whole lot of. I mean, obviously that video that we all know and love refers to algo as a shitcoin, but like I'm not mad at that right now. Those guys call everything except for Bitcoin a shitcoin. That's fine. But it was funny as hell, and that's all that mattered. And it just brought more and more attention. I think that video actually sold as an NFT for 3/4 of an ETH. I would have been tempted to buy that. Maybe not for 3/4 of an ETH, though. But I thought it was pretty good with the, Gary. And that guy's talented, actually. Put me on his radar. I watched his other stuff. It was good. So what is like a song a day or something is his name? But he does a good job. But yes, there was a strong positive reaction from the rest of the crypto community. And it just brings awareness. People are really like, oh, algo, what the hell? I mean, if they really genuinely were like, well, what is algo? And why is everybody talking about it? Now they kind of know. Oh, shoot. And they also know who Sylvia Macaulay is because those songs repeated over and over and over. And then they find out if they look up Sylvia Macaulay, oh, shit, this guy created zero knowledge proofs, verifiable random functions, all this stuff. So it's good. All right. Good vibes, IRL. Thanks for showing up. Someone might argue with the distribution, but the generation of block and transparency and security brings same rules for all. Everything that's not my coin is a shit coin. That's right. We have 2 annual algo hacks. We used to coming together from time to time. It was one of his highest selling NFTs. It was. And then I think his Ethereum one, I guess he kind of did like a rap one about him asking Gary if Ethereum's a security. I think that one went for over 1 ETH. So that one topped it. Yeah, his buddy man was sharing those, hoping algo people would buy it. And most like tweets. I added both those dudes. What is that algo that has 40,000? It's buddy man's trying to make more of an effort to interact with other chain people. I think we could all do a better job. I certainly can do a better job. That would help me grow my channel. And I'm going to. I'm just trying to get my bags in place, folks. So let's send it. I'm going to send it down. If you're going to go down, would you just go down real quick? Let me get my shit in order, and then we can create some new content. All right, folks, that's good and also helpful for us. We love algo, but we shouldn't let love blind us. That's absolutely true. Buy a seal coop. I've been always, Samino, I've been tempted. I kind of like that community, and I do like that Wab guy. I think he's smart, and finding out he's 23, that always impresses me. I like it when super young people seem so impressive. Algo HQ is a good example of that if he's still in the building. I think he's impressive, and that guy's super young as well. All right, guys. Yep, Richard Harris says it. Peace. Enjoy your 420. I'll see you tomorrow. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll have some fun. We'll celebrate 2 years. Peace.